have Abigail, the Silver Quill Owlin student. We have Sanar, the Prismari student that is verbose and a little eccentric. We have the mother of the group, Tam, the level-headed Gorgon that is a Quandrix student. Kirill is a Lorehold student and a vampire, canonically they, them. And we got lorwyn in Strixhaven in Witherbloom. I'll be the first to admit that this episode is probably best to be read because the way that it is formatted on the Magic Story podcast, the website, it is like letters back to back to back from each of these students. This is essentially a Strixhaven group chat. They have discovered a group chat. These students are all kind of sharing their experiences and talking about where they're at in their studies and saying, you know, how things are going at Strixhaven. Abigail says that because of her hearing aids and because she is deaf, that she has a hard time and it feels very, very lonely. So she's really happy to have this group chat to be able to talk to her friends. As an over-the-top Prismari student, Sanar pops in with approximately 26 pages with varying colors of ink in this group chat. Tam is like, yo, that is way too much. Y'all gotta limit it to like two pages each. Put your name on who sent it, sign it with your name. That's it. You're doing too much. Kirill is writing from a place called the Fields of Strife, and they say that they saw a spirit and they admitted it. And in order to not lose their spot on the field trip, they had to basically have a chaperone, and that chaperone ends up being a Johnny. Lorwyn has real sad boy vibes, and it says that he thought coming there he was going to be at place with other elves, but it's actually the opposite, and he makes him feel really out of place with the horns and everything and doesn't really feel like he belongs in either place. Lorwyn ends up wanting to go on a trip with Witherbloom to the Titan's Grave with a Professor Fell. Tam ends up going along with him, and Professor Fell is kind of like described as being a little aloof, kind of sketchy, you know, kind of standoffish, and just has like a strange vibe going on. Professor Fell also asks Tam some strange questions about, can you petrify people and does it affect them physically or in any other way? And Tam answers, and then Professor Fell's like, yeah, okay, bye. On this trip, Lorwyn finds these little creatures, these Lumerettes, and thinks that they're so interesting and thinks that the way that they're communicating to each other is really, really cool and seems like they're almost reading a map when he kind of unearths them. He brings it to Professor Fell and is like, this is what I found. I think this is cool. Professor Fell's like, that's just whack. And then for Kirill, on Kirill's trip, Ajani is obviously the chaperone. Kirill sees the spirit again. And the spirit is like, you are a defiler! You are interfering! And Kirill is scared shitless. Doesn't know what to do. They have no idea what to do. And then all of a sudden, Ajani swoops in. You know, this is the picture. Ajani swoops in, chops, you know, spirit's gone, spirit dissipates. So a lot of these stories are told through the student's perspective and kind of telling the other students in their group chat about what had happened, and they're kind of empathizing with each other. Kirill's empathizing with Lorwyn about their negative experiences on these trips, and that's where we're at.